Alright, so like I said in the last video in our exploratory challenge, you learned about a horizontal number line, which horizontal goes straight out from left to right, like my arms are positioned. And you also learned about a vertical number line, which goes straight up and down or north and south. So we're going to pick up where we left off. So I just want to remind you of some of the vocabulary we talked about. We talked about an integer, which an integer is a set of whole numbers and their opposites. So in this lesson video, I'm going to tell you what opposites are, and we all should know what whole numbers are. They're just our counting numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll talk about their opposites, which are numbers like -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And we'll make that clear as we go throughout the video. So here's a number line, a whole number line. You see that it contains whole numbers and 0, and then we have more whole numbers, and these numbers on the left of 0 are what kind of numbers, Caleb?
They are negative numbers.
Negative numbers. And then to the right of 0 we have
positive numbers.
Positive numbers, okay? And so then I have another number line down here. Looks a bit weird, right?
Yes.
Right, because I have 0 in the center, and then I have some what?
Letters.
Letters. Okay, so we can see that our number lines, we can do the same things or ask questions using letters as well, okay? Just as we do with our numbers. All right, so I'm going to get us started right away. So if you look at your paper, you have a paper that looks like a notebook sheet of paper, okay? I have a notebook sheet of paper in front of you. We're going to be referring to that for our example 1 and example 2. We are about to learn about positive number lines and negative number lines, and then we are going to combine the two, okay? So let me draw this up here, and then we're going to dive right in, okay? The first one, on example 1, I want you to go ahead and write positive number line above this. What would a positive number line contain?
It will contain whole numbers like 1, 2, 3, and 4.
All right. Would I have any negative numbers on here?
No, because it's a positive number line.
Nope, won't have any because it's a positive number line. Okay? What vocabulary word did we just learn about these whole numbers?
Integers.
Whole numbers are also called integers. That's this I word, I-N-T-E-G-E-R-S. Integers. Whole numbers and their opposites. That's what integers are. Okay, so here's our positive number line. So I'm going to ask you a few questions about this, and then I want you to do this with your paper. So here I want you to model the location of a number relative to 0. Okay, so when a number is relative to 0, that just means that 0 is our starting point. Okay, so if I wanted to locate 3 on this number line, Caleb, what would I do?
You will move 3 dashes to the right.
All right, Caleb said I would move 3 dashes to the right, but Caleb didn't tell me where to start. So remember, I'm trying to model this number that's relative to 0. So I want to find 3 on the number line. So try that again, Caleb.
You will start at the number 0 and then move 3 dashes to the right.
All right, so instead of calling it dashes, we're going to refer to it as the word units. So I want to start at 0, and I want to move 3 units to the
right.
And we're going to use what's called our curved method, curved arrow method. So I'm going to go 3 units to the right. So go over 1, 2, and then 3. Okay? And that allows us to reach our point 3 on our number line. So once you are there, I want you to put a dot, and this is referred to as our curved arrow method. So Caleb, how far or how many units is 3 away from 0?
It's 3 units away from 0.
It's 3 units away from 0. So what can you tell me as I move further to the right, what happens?
The more you move to the right, the increase of numbers.
Okay, so when I move to the right from 0, the numbers get what?
They get larger.
They get larger. So now, go down to example 2 on your paper. Locate example 2. Example 2 talks about a negative number line. Caleb, what would a negative number line contain?
Negative number lines will include numbers that are smaller than 0.
Numbers that are smaller than 0. I would have to knock and agree with you there, right? So I'm going to start at 0. Which direction would negative numbers go?
Negative numbers will start at 0 and move to the left.
They will start at 0 and they will move to the left. So I'm going from 0. Remember, these are whole numbers. So the next number will be negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and I'll stop at negative 6, okay? So what you're saying is, the further I go left on the number line, the what?
The decrease in the number.
All right, the smaller the number gets, right? All right, so this time I still want to locate or model the number that's relative to 0 on the number line. So this time I want us to locate the number negative 3. So Caleb, tell us what we will do to locate negative 3.
We will start at the number 0 and move 3 units to the left.
Good job. I like how you use the word units. I'm going to start at the 0. I'm going to move 3 units to the left. And once I make it to negative 3, I'm going to put a what?
A dot.
Put a dot, okay? Now, Caleb, how far is negative 3 away from 0 on the number line?
It is 3 units away from 0 to the left.
It is 3 units away from 0. So now I want us to see what that actually looks like on a whole number line. So what I mean by whole number line is this number line will contain positive and what?
Negative.
Positive and negative. What kind of numbers? It's the vocabulary word that we just used.
Integers.
Integers. So 0 is going to be in the middle. Going to the right, I have what kind of numbers?
Whole numbers.
What kind of whole numbers? What kind of whole numbers will we have? Are those positive going to the right or negative?
Positive whole numbers.
Positive whole numbers.
And to the left are negative whole
And
numbers.
to the left we have negative whole numbers. Okay? So I'm going to erase these numbers up here so that I won't throw you off. All right, this is our combined number line, and you will see this at the bottom of your paper. Okay? So, what do we notice about 0? It's still in the where?
It's still in the middle.
It's still in the middle. So this time I want us to find positive 3 and to find negative 3 on my number line. Where would be my starting point, Caleb?
The starting point will be at the 0.
At the 0. So I'm going to use our curved arrow method again. I'm going to start at 0. Let's locate positive 3 first. So what should I do?
You should start at 0 and move 3 units to the right.
All right, make sure that you're doing this on your paper as well. You're going to go 3 units to the right and put a what?
And put a period.
Put a dot. Put a big dot there. All right, now if I want to locate negative 3, where would I start?
You start at the 0
Start at 0.
and you move to the left 3 units.
Move to the left 3 units. This is 1, 2, and then what?
3.
3. And put your
Dot.
dot. What can we say about both 3 and negative 3?
Well, since they're the same integers, they must be opposites.
You said they're the same integers?
Well, not necessarily, because one is negative and one is positive.
Right, but they're the same what from 0?
They're the same distance from 0.
They are the same distance away from 0 because it only takes me 3 units to the left to get to negative 3. And then from 0, it takes me 3 units to the right to get to positive 3. So here's our new vocabulary word, and it's called opposites, okay? Opposites would be the same amount of units away from 0 on the number line. So the opposite of a positive 3 is simply
A negative
A
3.
negative 3. The opposite of negative 4 is a
Positive 4.
positive 4. The opposite of a positive 1 is a
Negative 1.
negative 1. All right, so the opposite of 2, just to check and make sure you understand,
Is negative 2.
is a negative 2. All right, and you can check that out by simply using a number line. All right, so we're going to pause it right here. We're going to stop it, and we're going to make it to our next video.